on the topic immortal personalities. Hope you guys are gonna be excited. Let's start. Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram! Today I'm going to tell you a story about Indian National Congress. I am A.O. Hume and I formed the Indian National Congress in 1885.
अब हम कसम खाते हैं कि हम इस देश को आजाद करा के रखेंगे। इनकलाब जिंदाबाद! इनकलाब जिंदाबाद!
Hi Viraj.
Hi dear, do you know what I did yesterday?
What? I dreamt to become an army officer. Oh wow! But I have a query. Who organized Indian National Army?
You confused me too.
So let's find out.
Greetings to everyone. I'm Riva and I'm the narrator of this skit. Today I'm speaking to tell you all some untold stories of our great India. So tighten your seatbelts for the spectacular stories. Scene 1. Simon Commission Protest. In 1928, the Simon Commission came to India, but no Indians were included. People were angry and protested. Lala Lajpat Rai, Sarojini Naidu, Gandhi supporters and protesters shout,
Simon, go back! Simon, go back! Simon, go back!
A British soldier arrives.
We want us Indians to decide our future. Stop this protest or we will use force.
We will not stop until we get justice for India. We demand our rights. You can't silence us forever. India will rise. Non-violence is our weapon, but our voices are strong. Your violence will only make our fight stronger.
The soldier orders a lathi charge. Lala Lajpat Rai is hurt.
You can't do this, it's against the law.
Every blow on me will hurt the British Empire.
India will never forget these sacrifices. Scene 2. Dandi March. In 1930, Gandhi led the Dandi March to break the salt law. Gandhi, Sarojini Naidu, Gandhi supporters and others made salt. A British soldier arrives again.
We will fight peacefully for our rights.
Making salt is our right and we won't let fear stop us.
It's our right to make salt. Arrest us if you want, but we won't stop.
Trust is on our side. Arrest won't end our movement. The group is arrested but leaves calmly chanting Vande Mataram.
Let this hour show the world of its ours. Freedom is near.
Scene 3. Reflection. These movements brought India closer to freedom.
Our sacrifices will always be remembered. Our unity and courage defeated their oppression.
Their chains were of no match for our determination. We walked together for freedom and we achieved it.
Jai Hind!
Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody! Do you know about Swadeshi and boycott movement?
No.
I will tell you about that. So here Radha Sehgal from class 6C. Today I am going to tell you about Swadeshi and boycott movement. In this movement, people were asked to boycott all British use Indian or Swadeshi goods. Huge bonfires were made in which foreign goods were burned. British tried to suppress it but in vain. This movement was a huge success. Now, I think a little bit get to know about Swadeshi and boycott movement. Now, I will call Harnoor for speaking something.
Hi everybody, I am Harnoor Singh from class 5th and today I will tell you about the revolutionaries. During British era, a group of young Indians emerged the revolutionaries. They believed in the policy of tit for tat and British could be driven out only through the force. And now I will call Harsh to continue.
Name of celebrants were Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad and Ram Prasad. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hi friends. How are you? I hope that you're fine. Do you think for what I am standing in front of you? Yes, that we the KCIS of 5C are going to
present a short presentation on the topic immortal personalities. Do you know who are they? No. Okay, let me tell you. Immortal personalities are those who live, those are remembered for a long time, even after their death. So, we are gonna present a short presentation. Now, let me introduce with my friends, with my team members who are with me. Arnav, Abhiraj Singh,
Hello.
and Advait. So, hope you guys are gonna be excited. Let's start. Oh, friends, do you know what is written in my book? It's written that the revolt of 1857 created a new awakening among the people in India. I hope you guys will know this.
Yes.
You know? Yes. Though the revolt was just a failure, but it gave us strong lessons to our Indians. Many reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati and Ishwar Chandra worked very hard to educate social evils. Now, do you know for what they protested?
No.
Let me explain you. They also protested against sati, killing female babies, child marriages and caste system. So I hope that you understood our first topic.
Yes.
So now let's dive into the next topic, which is Indian National Congress. Do you guys know that some educated Indians realized that the British were trying to keep India poor? Oh no! What is written next? Then they got united and also led to the creation of Indian National Congress. Oh my God! Did you guys know this?
No.
Okay. Many reformers and founders like A.O. Hume, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and W.C. Banerjee tried their best to protect and populate their Indian National Congress. Now, so let's welcome some of the Indian National Congress members like A.O. Hume, W.C. Banerjee and Bal Gangadhar Tilak.
राज्य हमारा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है, हम इसे लेके ही रहेंगे।
I am W.C. Banerjee. I am an Indian independence activist who practiced in England. I am A.O. Hume. I am a civil servant and I am working in British India and I am one of the most member of the Indian National Congress. What's written next? Okay, I hope that you guys are excited for this time. Are you?
Yes.
It's trivia time! Friends, do you know there was another group within a Congress? Do you know what's its name?
No.
Its name is Radicals. Many strong actions against British like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal and Lala Lajpat Rai were some of the popular radical leaders. They also were called as don't know. Let me tell you. Lal, Bal and Pal. My team members, please come on the stage. Thank you so much. We hope that you loved our presentation. Thank you, and we are proud to be an Indian.
Today I am going to tell you about the topic non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement was launched by Mahatma Gandhi in September 1920. This was a non-violent protest against the British government. The movement aimed to achieve self-rule or Swaraj for India. The movement involved boycotting British commodities and elections. The movement was led by educated middle class in towns and cities. During this movement, many others leaders like Dr. Rajinder Prasad, Sarojini Naidu, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Anna Singh, and today we are going to present a performance. So first, to start, I would like to call Jivika to tell us about arrival of Mahatma Gandhi.
In 1950, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi returned to India from South Africa. In South Africa, he fought against the racist policies of white rulers. His fighting method was known as Satyagraha, based on truth and non-violence. He started Satyagraha in India, and he asked people to unite and fight against the British.
And now I would like to call Jay to tell us about Jallianwala Bagh massacre.
On 13 April 1919, a public meeting was held in Jallianwala Bagh at Amritsar. This park had only one entrance. General Dyer entered the park with his troops and closed the entrance. He ordered his troops to fire at the gathering. The firing lasted for 10 minutes, killing thousands of men, women and children. This was the worst incident of the British rule.
And now we would like to present our short skit. Go Britishers! Go Britishers! Go Britishers! Go Britishers! Go
We want to
Britishers!
rule your country and you people won't be able to stop us, no matter what you do.
We have to do something to stop us. Can you please dictate?
Violence is never the answer. If we work together, we can fight the British easily.
Jai Hind! Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Pritesh Gupta from class 5th C. Today I am going to tell you about the topic non-cooperation movement. After Jallianwala Bagh incident, Gandhiji called for non-cooperation movement in 1920. People were asked not to cooperate with the British government. Many other leaders like Sarojini Naidu, Jawaharlal Nehru participated, but this movement was immediately stopped by Gandhiji because when some people in Chorichora set a fire to a police station, in this incident 22 policemen died. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I am going to tell you a story about Indian National Congress. I am A.O. Hume and I formed the Indian National Congress in 1885. I am a civil servant, and do you know why I formed the Indian National Congress? Because the Britishers are very clever. They want to keep us poor and backward. But we want a share in the government. Meet him. He is W.C. Banerjee.
I am W.C. Banerjee and I am the first president of Indian National Congress.
Meet them. They are the moderate leaders. They believe in patience, non-violence and request to the Britishers. And meet them. They are the radical leaders. They want straight action against the Britishers. They do boycotts and strikes. And finally, meet these three. Lal, Bal, Pal. Lal means Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal. Now I would like to request Bal Gangadhar Tilak ji to come in front and say his slogan.
Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it.
Thank you everyone.
My name is Avnikar and I study in 5th A class. Today I am going to tell you about Swadeshi movement. In this movement, the people were asked by Gandhiji to boycott British goods. In this action, more freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev ji, Ram Prasad Bismil ji, etc. Now I want to present a role based on Swadeshi movement.
बापू, क्या भारत ऐसे ही चलते रहेगा क्या? हाँ बापू, अब क्या होगा? क्या भारत कभी आजाद नहीं हो सकता?
एक रास्ता है।
क्या?
स्वदेशी आंदोलन। इस आंदोलन में आप अंग्रेजी कपड़ों का त्याग कीजिए, स्कूल कॉलेज चाहता हूँ कि 1 साल के अंदर हमें आज़ादी मिल जाएगी। ठीक है, हम आपके साथ हैं।
As we step, let's talk about young fighters, also known as revolutionaries. In this period of time, the Britishers. In this period of time, the policy of tit for tat. The Indian believed that the Britishers was.
अब हम कसम खाते हैं कि हम इस देश को आजाद करा के रखेंगे। इनकलाब जिंदाबाद, जैसा करेंगे इनकलाब जिंदाबाद।
Who must be the change you want to see in this world?
I am Kanwar.
I am Kavish.
I am Lakshmi.
I am Kavya.
I am Mahila. I am Hardik. And I am Ridhan. Today, we all are going to present you a wonderful presentation on the topic of arrival of Mahatma Gandhi and Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Mahatma Gandhi arrival in India marked a turning point in the nation's struggle for independence. Here comes Mahatma Gandhi. Hello everyone. I am Mahatma Gandhi in front of you. I am a lawyer, a reformist and a political leader. My method of fighting was known as Satyagraha. I made people united and fight against British. One of my popular slogan was freedom is never dear to any price. On 1919, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place during the Baisakhi festival. Jallianwala Bagh massacre was an attack on the crowd of people by British military forces.
I am General Dyer. On 13 April 1999, a meeting was held at Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. I entered the park and closed the entrance. I entered my park with my troops. I closed the entrance. Shoot!
Influence grew significantly, mobilizing the message against oppressive British laws like Rowlatt Act. This movement, while largely peaceful, created a tense atmosphere.
The Jallianwala Bagh massacre, The Jallianwala massacre, a brutal act of violence by British forces against unarmed civilians, occurred in 1919. This event deeply shocked the nation, further fueling the anti-colonial movement.
In conclusion, while Gandhiji's arrival brought hope and a new path for India's freedom struggle, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre serves a stark reminder of the brutality of colonial rule and the sacrifices made in the fight for independence.
Good morning everyone. I Smila.
I Shreya.
I Rajivardhan.
I Ridhima.
I am Shivesh Bhatt.
And today we are going to
say
see
on the
topic called Simon Commission and Civil Disobedience Movement.
Let's start.
Do you know the Simon Commission? It was a group of British officially sent to India in 1927 to review the Government of India Act of 1919. The commission was intended to review the constitutional reforms in India. Do you know why was the Simon Commission protested? Indians were outraged that the commission was made up entirely British members with no Indians.
Do you know, my friends, what is civil disobedience movement? In 1929, Congress demanded Purna Swaraj. Civil disobedience movement was started under the leadership of Gandhiji. Gandhiji started this movement with Dandi March. He and his followers walked
walked among Sabhashti Ashram to Dundee. Gandhiji openly defied the British and made sword, even though Indians were not allowed to make sword. Do you know, my friend, what was the motive of doing of this all things?
I know the motive of their movement.
It's okay, continue.
I know the motive of the movement was to gain independence, promote unity and reform country law. Thank you.
Hello friends! Do you know, we used to have a lot of queries about who organized Indian National Army, how India got freedom and so on.
But surprisingly, our all doubts are cleared.
Now it's your turn to clear all your doubts.
We will surely help you.
So let's start.
Hi Viraj.
Hi dear, do you know what I done yesterday?
What?
I dreamt to become an army officer.
Oh wow. But I have a query. Who organized Indian National Army?
You confused me too.
So let's find out.
Greetings. You all recognize me well. I am Subhash Chandra Bose and I was the only one who organized Indian National Army with the help of Japan. I also gave few slogans like Jai Hind, Dilli Chalo and Give me blood, I will give you freedom. Thank you.
Happy Independence Day.
Hello class. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Same to you, ma'am.
Do you know why we celebrate Independence Day?
Yes, ma'am. I was also having the same query.
Okay, I will tell you. Because on this day, finally we got freedom from the Britishers.
Ma'am, do you know, my father has said it is 78th day of Independence Day.
Yes, your father was right. And our first Prime Minister was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Dr. Rajendra Prasad was our first President.
Ma'am, I have read somewhere that India had to pay a very heavy amount for freedom.
Yes, but do you know why?
Ma'am, I know because India was divided into two nations, India and Pakistan.
Very good. I'm proud of you all.
Yes, ma'am. Even though we all should feel proud to be Indians.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for listening us. We hope you learned something new today. Testing time! Now it's your turn. We'll give you some questions and you have to answer. Let's do an activity.
But what should we do?
Let's play an exciting quiz.
So are you all ready?
Let's do it!
Who was our first Prime Minister?
You tell.
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Correct answer. How many years we have completed of independence? You answer.
78.
Correct answer. Who organized Indian National Army? You answer.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Correct answer.
Who was the first president? You answer.
Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
Correct answer.
Give any two slogans of Subhash Chandra Bose.
You give.
Dilli Chalo, give me blood and I will give you freedom.
Correct answer. Very good, everyone. We
I
hope-
want to say that correct answer once again.
Correct answer. We hope you learned something new today and you enjoyed our play. Thank you so much.
Good morning, teachers and my dear friend. Today I am speaking some few lines on Indian National Congress. It was established in 1855. At the time of establishment, Congress was all comprehensive movement working for national independence. Groups with different ideologies had come together in this nationalist movement. After independence, the Congress emerged as the dominant political party. The party from the beginning followed the policy all around
development and equal weights of the society. This party believes in socially and international peace. Educated Indians realized that the British wanted to keep Indian poor and backward. This realization made them united to attend a great share in the government machinery. For the educated Indian, the Indian National Congress was formed in 1885. It was formed A.O. Hume V.C. Benjer was the first president of the Indian National Congress. Soon the Congress became very strong and popular. A leader of the Congress has the most letters.
Nation's point in our nation's history for too long, our motherland India has been held down by the foreign rule, but this is not the India we should accept. I speak to you today, who feels the suffering of every Indian under the burden of colonial rule. The end of the freedom is to live. Jai Hind.
Swaraj is my birthright, and I shall have it.
Hume was a civil servant who worked in British India. He was one of the founders of Indian National Congress.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to reflect on two pivotal moments in India's struggle for freedom: the Jallianwala Bagh massacre and the return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa. Events that mark turning points in our fight against colonial oppression. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre in April 13, 1919 was a dark chapter in our history. Thousands of unarmed men, women and even children had gathered peacefully in Amritsar to protest against the Rowlatt Act. In an act of tyranny, General Dyer ordered his troops to fire relentlessly on the crowd, killing hundreds and wounding countless others. The narrow exits of the garden ensured that the victims had no means of escape. This atrocity shook the conscience of the nation and galvanized Indians to unite against British rule. It exposed the cruel side of impolization, igniting a flame of resistance that would not be extinguished.
Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader and a freedom fighter. He was born on 2nd October 1869 in Gujarat. His full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He is popularly known as Bapu and followed the path of non-violence.
Equally transformative was the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa in 1915. After years of leading successful campaigns for civil rights in South Africa, Gandhi brought with him the philosophy of Satyagraha, non-violence resistance. His vision was of self-reliance and truth-inspired millions. Gandhi's leadership turned India's independence movement into a mass struggle involving people from all walks of life.
These two events, one a tragic massacre, the other a beacon of hope, shaped India's destiny. While Jallianwala Bagh revealed the extent of British oppression, Gandhi's arrival gave India a new path of liberation rooted in courage and moral strength.
Let us remember the sacrifice of the past and honor the resilience of those who fought for our freedom. Their legacy reminds us that the pursuit of justice and truth is eternal, that is our duty to carry it forward. Quote, an eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind is well known.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I, Krishan Gupta of Class 5B, is going to tell you about a small movement named Non-Cooperation Movement. In Scene 1, the Non-Cooperation Movement was a significant event in Indian history that took place from 1920 to 1922.
Good morning everyone. I am Mahira of class 5B and I am narrator 2. Scene 1. The background. The movement was led by Mahatma Gandhi and the Indian National Congress as a response to British government to refuse to grant India dominion status.
In Scene 2, the movement aimed to withdraw cooperation from the British government, refused to pay taxes and many more.
The impact of this movement, the movement forced the British government to notice
of India's demand for independence.
In scene 3, the key organization of the movement were non-violent resistance and the Caliphate movement.
Legacy, inspiration for future movement growth for Indian nationalism, etc.
After Jallianwala Bagh incident, Gandhiji called for non-cooperation movement in 1920. People were asked to not cooperate with the British soldiers. During this movement, many leaders like Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Sarojini Naidu and Jawaharlal Nehru participated.
Oh, banner of India. Who has high in India's name and India's symbol.
Mahatma Gandhi, the leader of non-cooperation movement, Jawaharlal Nehru was a key supporter of.
Do you know which was the first revolutionary mass movement of Indian freedom struggles?
Yes, it was the non-cooperation movement where many freedom fighters participate like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji, Jawaharlal Nehru ji, Mahatma Gandhi ji, etc. And now I am going to call Mahatma Gandhi ji to introduce you about himself.
I am Mahatma Gandhi. After Jallianwala Bagh incident, I think that we need a broad-based movement, that is non-cooperation movement, to attain the Swaraj. During this movement, the people will not cooperate with the British government. We will boycott the foreign goods and adopting Swadeshi. Do or die. Thank you.
Now I am going to call Sarojini Naidu to introduce herself.
I am Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu was a political activist and feminist who fought for Indian independence and women's rights advocate. Her popular slogan was "Authentic greatness lies in its undying idols and love sacrifice." Sarojini Naidu was born in 13th February 1873 in Hyderabad, India. Her full name was Sarojini Naidu Chattopadhyay.
Now I am going to call Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji to introduce himself.
I'm Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was a great freedom fighter of India. He was born in 31st October 1872. He will remain the motivation of unity for India. Thank you.
Now I am going to call Jawaharlal Nehru for his introduction.
He is born in 14 November 1889. He was the first Prime Minister of our India. He was the member of Indian National Congress and he was a an active.
Hey, hi everybody! How are you all? What's up? I hope you all are fine and doing well. So, today I, Samarth Sharma from Class 5C is gonna explain you 2 topics. Are you all excited for that? Yes! So, without wasting time, let's get started. So, there are 2 topics named first, Simon Commission and second, Civil Disobedience Movement. So, I will be explaining this Civil Disobedience Movement. So, let's start. Guys, do you know Gandhiji, who was a very famous leader? He walked with Dandi March and from Sabarmati Ashram, and he defied all the Britishers and made salt, which was not allowed in India to make. And now I would be excited to invite Pratibha Manas to throw some light on Simon Commission movement.
Simon Commission.
The Indian people were agitated and the movement for freedom grows stronger and stronger day by day. In 1927, the British government sent Sir John Simon and some other members to find out the grievances of Indian people. This is called Simon Commission. It was an all-white commission and not even a single Indian member. The people boycotted this movement. When the commission came to Lahore, Lala Lajpat
Simon, go back. Simon, go back. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
So, all, did you understand now about these two topics? Yes! Very good. So now, I am leaving and have a marvelous day and also, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Everyone, Ayush Verma and my team will explain you how Indians become free and Indian National Army. Here we have Veer Vikram Mahajan to explain Indian National Army. INA, Indian National Army or Azad Hind Fauj was formed in 1942 by Captain General Mohan Singh with the help of Japan and later on reorganized and led by our loving Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. It consisted of 12,000 British Indian Japanese prisoners of war that were captured in Malay and Singapore. INA aim was to fight against British and gain independence for India. They popularized slogans like Jai Hind and Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga. They invoked a sense of nationalism and pride in Indians. They fought wars against British in Kohima and Imphal, but eventually lost. In 1945, when Japan lost World War II, INA was disbanded, but its contribution in the freedom of India is invaluable and can never be forgotten. Jai Hind. Now I would like to call Vanika for explain how India became free.
India gained its independence from the British rule on August 15, 1947 after a long and arduous struggle led by Mahatma Gandhi ji and the Indian National Congress, who employed the non-violent resistance tactics like civil disobedience to fight against the colonial oppressions. This movement, marked by pivotal events like the Dandi March and the Quit India movement, eventually forced British to concede to India's demand for self-governance and culminating the partition for the country to India and Pakistan.
Now I would like to call Vihan for slogan.
Jai Hind, Inqilab Zindabad, Inqilab Zindabad, Inqilab Zindabad. तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय.
Vidhi for speak.
Friends, do you all know about these people? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, well, it's okay because today I am here to explain you. These amazing, brave Indian soldiers risked their life to save our lives and also never felt scared while doing that. Friends, always remember one thing. Soldiers are not made for war. They are made for peace. And peace requires war.
Hey everyone, my name is Anvika Ishwar of class 5th B. I am the narrator of this activity. So let's start.
The Swadeshi and Boycott movement were the movements. In this movement, people were asked to boycott all British goods and use only Indian or Swadeshi goods.
Huge bonfires were made in which foreign goods were burned. British tried to suppress it but in vain. This movement was a huge success.
Slogans on Sarojini Naidu, a poet, patriot, entrepreneur whose melodies of freedom matured through generations, inspiring a nation to rise and shine. Second, from the magic of her verses to the might of her voice, Sarojini Naidu stood tall as the nightingale of India, singing songs of unity, equality and liberation. Sarojini Naidu, the heartbeat of India's freedom struggle, a symbol of grace and courage, whose legacy of poetry and patriotism lights the...
A very fresh good morning to everyone. Today, me and my group are going to present an act in front of you on the topic National Army and India becomes free. So let's start. Scene 1. Protest. The Britishers came to India for trading in 1857. Eventually, the British East India Company became the major force in India, but they didn't know how strong Indians are. In 1945, Indians did a protest in hope that they could be independent.
Britishers,
Leave India.
leave India. We won't leave India. We are doing our friend here. If you will not end your protest here, we will use flogged on you. Use this, but we will not stop this protest. Britishers,
Leave India.
leave India.
Leave our nation. Here, scene 2. Independence. India became independent on 1947. Jawaharlal Nehru, the President of India, announced to leave India for Britishers. Rajendra Prasad also announced as he was the president.
Britishers will no longer rule on India. We'll fight and be India its freedom.
Contribution is our weapon. Scene 3. Final fight.
तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. Britishers, leave India.
We are not requesting you, we are ordering you.
Attack!
We will leave India, please leave us. Britishers left India and India became independent. Vande
Mataram!
Vande
Mataram!
Vande
Mataram!
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind!
Thank you. Pritam, what happened?
Today, ma'am gave me a difficult topic about Congress.
It's very easy.
No, it is not easy.
Do you know the history of Indian National Congress?
No, I don't know.
Let me tell you. From its foundation on 28 December 1885 until the time of independence of India on August 15, 1947, to Raj to support and justify its governance of India with the aid of English educated Indians who would be familiar and friendly to British culture and political thinking. Ironically, a few of the reasons the Congress grew and survived. The main motto do you know the main motto of Indian National Congress?
What is that? I don't know.
The main motto of the Congress. Let me tell you, the Indian National Congress has several key objects that guides its mission promoting the national unity and independence. It is at the forefront aiming to foster a sense of collecting identity among Indians and bridge cultural, linguistic and regional divides. The other main objectives are communicate to
हाथ बदलेगा हालात give accounts to our development.
हरा चुप्पी हरा तरक्की.
Good morning everyone. My name is Anshaniket Balgodra. I am from class 5D. I request you to please stand up and take pledge position. I reserve to India.
I reserve to India. I resist.
And British authority.
British authority.
And fight for freedom.
Fight for freedom.
India's freedom.
India's freedom.
Thank you.
Mata ki
Jai!
Bye.
behalf of my group, including Divyan Singh, Devashish Singh, Gitanj Gotra, and Chirag Dar. Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Reject foreign rules, support Swadeshi tools. Swadeshi and biotech movement is a part of Indian independence. This movement contributed a lot to the development of Indian nationalism. It was started in Downhall at Kolkata on 7th August 1905.
Swadeshi means to use products and services of one's own country. Use of khadi and garmodaya societies were popularized for refusal on used foreign products. Huge bonfires were made in which used foreign products were burnt.
Freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, and Ram Khadi.
That's all right.
Ram Prasad Bislim and Khudiram Bose were the main face of the event.
Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandrapal, Lala Rajpat Rai are the key people in Swadeshi movement.
स्वराज हमारा अधिकार करो, देश समान का बहिष्कार करो.
Vande
Mataram!
Vande
Mataram!
Vande
Mataram!
Jai Hind. Hi guys, what are you guys up to? Can I join you guys?
Absolutely, Anna. You can join us.
So what are you guys going to discuss today?
We are going to learn about the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi ji and the Jallianwala Bagh.
Okay, so from who will we start?
Let's start from Cairo.
Did you guys know Mahatma Gandhi returned from South Africa on 9 January 1915?
Oh, did you guys also know this? In South Africa, he also fought against the racist policies of the white rulers. And the method of his fighting was also known as Satyagraha.
Yana, not only this, he also started Satyagraha in India and also unite the people to fight against British. It was a festival of Baisakhi and many people were gathered there.
About 600 people were shot dead because of the Britishers,
And most of them were critically injured.
Okay, students, lunch break is over. You can talk this about later.
Okay, guys, race it to the class.
Incorporation movement in India was a watershed movement in the country's struggle for independence from British colonial rule. Led by Mahatma Gandhi, the movement sought to challenge the legitimacy of British authority and pave the way for Indian self-rule. The movement gained widespread support across the country, with thousands of students leaving government-controlled schools and colleges to join the protests. Teachers, headmasters, lawyers, and other middle-class individuals also participated in the movement, giving up their jobs and livelihood to join the cause.
Workers in plantation, particularly in Assam, were another key group that joined the movement. They sought better working conditions, higher wages, and the right to move freely, which had been restricted by the colonial authorities. The participation of plantation workers helped to highlight the plight of workers in the tea plantation of Assam and
Peasants from rural areas were also a crucial part of the movement. They demanded reduced rents, abolition of forced labor, and an end to oppressive zamindari system, which had led to their exploitation by landlords. The Auth Kisan Sabha, led by Baba Ramchandra and Jawaharlal Nehru, was formed to support the peasants and provide them with a platform for their voice grievances. Thanks. Private
peasants from the Kachap hills of Andhra Pradesh fought against British colonial prejudices on their traditional rights. They demanded the restoration of their traditional rights to forest product and land, which had been taken away by the colonial authorities. The participation of tribal peasants helped to highlight the plight of tribal communities under British colonial rule and the need for greater autonomy and self-governance.
Businessmen and merchants also played a significant role in the movement. They refused to finance foreign trades and boycotted foreign goods, which helped to weaken the colonial economic grip on India. The Swadeshi movement, which aimed to promote India-made goods and boycott foreign products, gained momentum during this period.
The non-comprehension movement was a significant turning point in India's struggle for independence. It marked a shift from constitutional methods of forages to more radical forms of resistance, including civil disobedience and non-comprehension. The movement also helped the
स्वतंत्रता का नारा, स्वदेशी का सहारा.
The call of freedom,
Supported by self-reliance.
The slogan encapsulates the spirit of the movement, emphasizing the pursuit of freedom and self-reliance. Group 4 is now zooming out. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to tell you about the Simon Commission and civil disobedience movement. The Simon Commission was a catalyst for civil disobedience movement in India. The Commission's failure to address India's demands led to protests and starts the movement by Mahatma Gandhi.
The Simon Commission was a British commission appointed in 1927 to review the Government of India Act of 1919. The commission was chaired by the Sir John Simon and include no India members. The commission's report published in 1930 was not disappointment and commendation in India.
The civil disobedience was a movement which was led by Mahatma Gandhi. The movement included the Satyagraha. This movement included the Satyagraha and also known as the Satyagraha and Salt March.
The Salt Satyagraha was a direct action campaign against the British salt monopoly. The movement included breaking the salt law by making salt from seawater.
The Simon Commission significantly impacted India's independence movement by uniting opposition against British rule, fueling widespread protest due to its all-British composition, and ultimately influencing the Government of India Act 1935, which laid the groundwork for further self-governance at the provincial level, even though it did not grant full independence.
Thank you.
भारत माता की जय. भारत माता की जय. भारत माता की जय.
I'm Yashika from class 5D, and today me and Tejaswini are going to do narration from our group on a topic named Indian National Army and India Becomes Free. The Indian National Army (INA) was an armed force formed by Indian nationalists and prisoners of war during World War II. Established in 1942 by Mohan Singh, the INA was initially supported by the Japanese Empire. It later became an independent army fighting for Indian independence.
In 1947, on 15 August, India became independent. We won freedom from British Raj. After a hard struggle on this day, at stroke of midnight, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, our first Prime
How are you all?
We are fine, sir.
You know what I am going to teach you today?
I don't know, sir, what you are going to teach us today, but I think it will be very interesting.
Yes, it is a very interesting chapter. Non-cooperation movement.
Sir, I know something interesting about this movement.
Yes, tell.
This movement was started in 1920.
Oh,
Sir, people were not allowed to cooperate with British government.
yes, I've read that also.
And sir, this movement was immediately stopped by Gandhiji when some people in Chori Chura set fire to a police station.
What happened? And it died. Oh.
Here are some friends about non-cooperation movement. The non-cooperation movement was a political campaign launched on 4 September 1920 by Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you.